What's the meaning of home?
Family, celebration. I think when you spring these questions on me and you don't prepare me for an answer, like I go to kind of the stock answer that everybody gives, but truly a family, it really represents, and your friends and all you welcome in represent home.
Yes. So today we are not just talking about home design, but we are talking about when your home is designed. So you've updated some things. Not every, jot and tittle needs to be done in your home to do these, but hosting a party, celebrating the ones you love, inviting people in. So we're sharing those tips and hacks. These are DIY, these are affordable, but I think they look bougie.
Well, I would tell you, if I didn't have you, I couldn't do the DIY. So I'm not a DIY girl, but Shelby makes it actually look simple, and I think it really is simple.
It's a mindset thing.
It's a mindset.
You guys can do it, but
yeah.
She needs to level up her mindset. No, but she does have the ideas that allow me to be able to do it. So we're going to share our last 4 parties that we've had. We've actually had a couple more, but the last 4 parties that we've documented well. And we'll have links, tips, party, just food ideas. Mom is the food queen. She knows how to feed a large room of people. And honestly, even if you're an introvert, maybe you like your home to yourself, I still think these ideas could stretch yourself to maybe just have a dinner party or have a few gals over for tea. I don't know. But styling things makes things more fun.
It really does.
So,
yep.
The first party was my daughter's 4th birthday. And I really think the way that we did it made it whimsical and fun for herself, but also applicable for, like, my party could look like that.
Yeah, so tell the story though. So what Quinn wanted was a grass birthday, y'all. So we set out to find out what is a grass birthday.
What's a grass birthday?
How do we create a grass birthday? And then I will say this is probably the first birthday or party that you took on pretty much by yourself.
Yeah.
I would say you really did run with this one.
Well, she told me she was very serious that she wanted a grass birthday, and I wanted to, whatever was going on in her little imagination, I just wanted to do that for her because she loves what we do. Like, she always talks to me about whose home are you decorating? What are you doing? So yes. I really wanted to keep that going and show her creativity, manifested, I guess. And so grass party. I decided to get pallets, make a picnic by Dad's garden. And so we laid out literally it was I had to put some stuff over it because I was like, I don't want anyone to get just spiked by a rusty nail because these were old pallets, but I needed something that could make a little DIY picnic table. So I put them together and then we laid out flowers and different arrangements. And then I used 2 2x4s and I put them on the end of the combined pallets and I hung a string and then I put the balloon arch over that.
Yeah.
So it made something that was free. Literally, the balloon arch, the kit was on Amazon, was $18.
That's what's always shocking to me, y'all. These balloon arches, I don't know if you guys realize, but they're thousands of dollars in some cases. Now, not everyone is that high. But honestly, I've called and sometimes I've gotten quotes that literally scared me. And you can do it for pennies if you just have a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, and you overcome the mindset of balloon blowing, right?
Well, we have a machine now because we do so many. We love to host. And so we have the machine, do them real fast, tie them together.
How long did this party take?
We were chomping by the bit, very last minute. This did not take me, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I will say professional balloon arch makers, we actually personally know some. They're so amazing. There is a level up on it.
Oh, there's totally a level up. I'm not knocking the balloon arch people. And
but if it's
honestly, they do need to make a living. So I'm not saying, but honestly, if you're trying to do anything on a budget, sometimes the balloon arch will put you over.
I'd rather have food than the balloon arch, but if you can splurge, hire it out because your fingers will be blistered if you're doing a big one. Which
yes.
Quinn's second birthday, Mom really wanted me to do 2 giant balloon arches.
And that was several hours. Yeah, that was a big deal.
So back to the grass party. Another thing that we did, I also put a balloon, the extra balloons on the bounce house.
Right.
So
we just rented a very basic bounce house. You know, the kind that just didn't have any, cartoons on the outside or anything like that. And then we used the balloons to really jazz it up, if you will.
Yeah.
But what I also want to say is you did a lot of layering. So it wasn't just the pallets on the ground, but you laid out these beautiful old quilts everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And then you put these big fluffy pillows, which was really the only thing that I contributed. I went and bought big fluffy pillows, and we just layered upon layered upon layered, right?
Yeah. So the quilts I borrowed from Stephanie Benedetto, Blooming Ivy Lane. So we've toured her house many times, and she had a giant quilt stash. And I was like, I just need to borrow a ton of quilts because I wanted them all laid out to make, like, I don't know, giant picnic. And so it was
Did you give them back?
No, they're still at my house. But she's moving now. So
she probably doesn't want them back.
She was like, I'll get those later. But I feel like that just added this like cottagey feel that maybe the adults would appreciate more than the kids, but it made the pops of color feel more sophisticated. So our activity was fairy gardens or DIY like little gardens. So I bought the little trinkets or things to put in the planters from Dollar General or
Dollar Tree.
No, I think it was Dollar General. And it was in their garden section, and it was, because it was the fall, everything was 25 cents. So I was just stuffing stuff in there. So I feel like looking off season, this party probably was the most affordable party that we've thrown yet. We also, she kept telling me she wanted a green cake with flowers on it, like grass party, I guess, green. But I was like, everything I was imagining was looking like very John Deere. And so I found this cake. We found a local lady who did a great job, but I felt like it needed a little, I don't know. I struggle with this balance of, I want things to look elevated and sophisticated, kind of like the playroom, but I also want it to be appealing to me as well, because I'm in there, I'm spending time with my kids, like I want to photograph it, I want to show you guys, I want it to be like Pinterest worthy dream. So I don't want it to be this like over the top Barney feel thing, you know, but it just felt like it needed a little bit more. So we stuck
butterflies
in it.
Yeah, the butterflies were edible. And we put these little butterflies on the cake, and that really took it up to the next level, I think. Yeah.
Just made it feel more
special,
whimsical, kid-like. You know?
Now, this one thing I do have that I would invest in again and again are butterfly jars. These butterfly jars are, I don't know how it works. It's some kind of technology.
Okay, you bought those like 20 years ago, right?
I'm not kidding, y'all. I've had these for 20 years, and I bring them out when we have kind of a garden-themed party, and the butterflies move around in the jar.
Yeah.
We got to show them that.
Well, I have video of it. So it looks, people think that we
caught butterflies and put them in the jar. They're that realistic.
Yeah. I'm going to try to find something like it on Amazon. You probably bought them at like Hobby Lobby or something. Like
I found them somewhere in it wasn't a big box. It was some random store, and I just bought all they had. No. You know how I found them, y'all? Somebody had them at a party at the school that I went to, and I asked her, "Can I buy them from you?" Because she was just going to like discard them. And I'm like, "Can I buy them?" So I literally bought them. Tyler was like in middle school. That's how long I've had them.
Yeah, she's had them forever.
Yeah.
She pulls them out randomly, but it's so funny because people really think we caught butterflies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I wish we were that good. But the last thing that we did for this particular party was we did have special cookies. We always love to have special cookies. These particular cookies aren't always delicious, the ones with the royal icing, but we found a local cookie maker. These were freaking
They were
good.
so good.
Oh, I forgot. We did end up putting a cookie on top of the cake too.
Yes, we did, because they were so cute.
They were so cute. So those are always good. I will say my tip for that is they are a little pricey. You don't have to have a ton. You can just do like one cookie tray and maybe layer in like sugar cookies to make it look more full, make sure everyone has a cookie. But if you are just too late to the party, I do have a resource on how you could make them yourself. That brings us to today's sponsor, Craftsy. Y'all, this is so applicable for today's video. Craftsy is a resource for millions of makers, creators, DIY enthusiasts. They have over 2,000 classes in 20 different categories, and they are so helpful. They even have resources like printable resources. It makes what looks so complicated so easy. And even if it's not easy, if it's a complicated task, these people teaching these classes know so much and break it down in such a simple way that you can advance your skills, you can level up and learn hard things.
Even people like me?
Even people like you. So let me pull up my Craftsy right now. So the classes are broken down into easy to follow lessons, are led by friendly, award-winning instructors who share their creative wisdom as they provide step-by-step demonstration. Right now, I have my eye on a gingerbread making class because every year we do a gingerbread competition and I am trying to keep my spot as number one. And these are like legit.
Well, we all need to take it.
But they have all sorts of baking, cake decorating, sewing.
Wow, that is super cool.
So it's also affordable. So we're sharing affordable tips today on how to accomplish these things. The first 1,000 people that use the link get a membership, a year-long membership for $1.49. So you can accomplish all these things, level up your creativity with Craftsy. I'm excited to be a member and keep trucking, and I can't wait to level up my skills, my party skills.
Yeah.
They even had a party decoration class. So
Wow.
there's no limits.
It's amazing.
Mom shocked. The next party that we've done recently is my sister-in-law Amanda. She welcomed us, and me and niece, mom and other grandbaby, and we are obsessed. But this party was like so fun to celebrate.
Insert baby picture here.
Yes.
Y'all need to see her. She's the cutest.
She's precious. So of course she was worth all the effort of the party. So another big balloon arch here. Now, I did accomplish something I've never accomplished with this particular balloon situation. It was double-sided. I didn't really mean to do that, but if you have a kind of an opening, a case opening like Mom's, that's a great place to put a balloon arch, or this one was kind of just asymmetrical.
So you could see it from the dining room and the family room.
Yeah, and it's just a great photo backdrop. So if you want a place where people can remember, make memories, make sure they take pictures together, that is a great, setup. You also did the onesies on the mantle.
Which that's an old school thing. We used to do it back in the day. Not so many people do it anymore, but I found the sweetest and cutest onesies that just added some color while they open their gifts right in front of there, and I just thought that was fun.
Yeah. So I think thinking of spaces where the most activity is going to be happening is really good for where your decorations are going to go. We did games. I downloaded these off of Etsy, and they did one where we all guessed is it mom or dad?
Who's going to change the most diapers?
Who's the baby going to look like most? Who's the, and then everybody guessing who gets the answers closest to Mom and Dad was the winner, and Mom had some prizes ready for them.
I didn't have them ready. I literally like pulled some just out of the air.
Random. She was
because
like,
I wasn't
take
thinking,
my lavender plant.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking. And so, but I do keep a little stash of goodies like candles and things like that. So that's always fun to kind of have so you can have party gifts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a great party. Amanda's pretty simple and she doesn't like things too over the top. So I liked that we kept it pretty neutral, pretty simple.
Yeah.
I mean, there was color, but it wasn't, loud.
She was very clear. She did not want pink. She wanted it to be more like calm and serene. And so despite internally wanting to go full blown pastels and pinks, and we did kind of soften it a little bit.
But can I tell you the biggest hack I've ever done? Ever?
What?
Okay, so I bought 2 cakes from one of my great grocery store bakers, Central Market Bakery. So they're yummy cakes. They're not, just tacky vanilla cake. And I put one on top of the other. And then I took a knife and I made it like kind of nakedy, right? And then I put flowers, real live wildflowers on the outside. And then...
So we realized, we had a lot going on really the whole month before the party. And like a week and a half before the party, Amanda, I'm sorry if you're watching this. We love you so much. We forgot to order a cake.
Because we were doing a women's conference.
While we were doing the conference, we were collecting things that we knew were applicable for both parties. So we found this amazing store, Awestruck Design Co., and these gals are so good at whipping up arrangements.
Well, and it's hard to find very sophisticated florals that are faux.
Yeah.
But they did a great job helping us put those together. So we attached those to the sign.
Yeah.
And then we had our whimsical wildflower cake. And we really didn't need a whole lot more than that.
You always say that, it's like no big deal, but like she put stuff everywhere. Like there was presents on her long dining table where we had a little setup where they could like grab their games. But like the game papers, like I printed them at Staples, it was like $15. And then for food, other than the cake, you did like chicken salad, charcuterie, stuff like that.
Yes.
Which tell them about. You did all that food. You didn't cater anything in?
No. So one of my little hacks is I can't do the kind of charcuterie boards that the professionals do where they put out 100 different things.
No. And those meats and cheeses are so expensive.
That is not my
I've also found that not that many people... Are we saying charcuterie wrong?
Probably.
People always make fun of that.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. We're from Texas.
Yeah.
We made fruit trays. We made vegetable trays this time. And the vegetable trays had some cheese on it.
Yes.
And I found this Pinterest inspiration. And it had this really pretty purple cauliflower, which, by the way, people kept asking us if we dyed it, which
also tells you that our friends from Texas are not quite as sophisticated as maybe the
Pinterest people. Maybe where are the Pinterest people from? I don't know.
So I think what I was trying to say is it's really not about having so many items, but keeping it more simple and maybe something that just is so aesthetically pleasing and pops. And then we put like daisies on the vegetable board, so it really did give it just a little
pop.
Yeah, whimsy. And the tray we made for like the meat was, we made chicken salad sandwiches and we did some other things, but I keep it as simple as possible with the food. I've always been that way because I think less is more. It did take me a couple hours to get it out, but one of the other fun things we did was deviled eggs.
Which were all from my chickens.
All from the chickens.
The chicken salad sandwich recipe is from Shannon from My Little White Barn. I have too many Instagram handles in my head right now. My Little White Barn. She is also kind of a hosting extraordinaire. So when we go over to her house, if we're touring, she always has something made. And we had her chicken salad sandwiches, and we're like,
give us the recipe.
give us the recipe. She said it's not even her best one, and she said next time we come over, she's gonna have a different chicken salad.
I just don't believe that's not her best one, because everyone who ever eats this chicken salad
Is so impressed.
so impressed, and y'all wouldn't even believe it. It's so simple. So we'll
I think
basically give you the recipe.
I think she has a link on her website, and if not, I'll just flash it up on the
Yeah,
screen.
but I'll tell you really quick what it is.
It's simple.
It's simple. It's chicken shredded with mayo as usual, and then you add ranch dressing mix and spinach, frozen spinach, and she adds almond slivers. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think that's it.
That's all.
It's just simple.
Simple.
Yeah.
So delicious. So I think that was it for that shower. It was also pretty affordable. I think we didn't do the cookies. You made the cake from the grocery store. And, the one thing we did that was an investment, I mean, it wasn't huge, but we bought party favors for every single person, and I made little cards, and they said, "Watch me grow." And it was just like, I think it said, like, "Watch me grow. Think about baby Eden growing every time you watch me grow," or something like that.
Yeah.
And anyways, it was just cute to have we love people to have something to take away.
Yes. And by the way, the baby's name is Eden, so what better than a garden? Plants, right?
Yeah, we kind of wanted it to be like a garden theme. I had showed Amanda, like, when we thought she was a boy. Clearly she's a girl. But we were looking at, like, Peter Rabbit and, like, little garden party themes like that. But she's totally not a themey girl, so we kept the theme simple. But I think the boards we put together with the vegetables and kind of like it looked like they were pulled from the garden with the daisies and all of that.
We left the stalk on the end of the carrot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
Anyways, I just wanted to, like, I feel like that looked like we spent a lot of money, and we didn't.
Right.
2 balloon kits was $15 each. The cakes,
The cakes were not expensive but I will say that cake from the bakery would probably have been well over $100.
Yeah.
And I think I spent $40.
I do like having the cake from the bakery, though. It takes a lot of stress off the table. I think we were throwing that together like 20 minutes before people walk in. And our friends are always late. We have different friends. Like, I have friends and she has friends.
Our friends are always late to the party.
Always late. These friends,
Tyler and Amanda's friends, are like
all early.
They all walked in at the exact time.
I barely got footage of this party. Mostly the footage is of people because they were there. They were ready.
We love y'all, very prompt, but next time we'll know.
Next time, yeah, I always like to know, like, who are these people? Like, are they going to be the early birds, or I think I prefer the late people.
Well, I think it's, what is it called? There's a term for being late.
It's like fashionably late.
Fashionably late. So like 5 minutes, not 40 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so the next party, we had a leader of the party, Stephanie. We did it at Stephanie's house. This was our little blogger brunch. It was her idea, and we all launched into it together. We did all bring something different to the table. I did bring my DIY skills. I made the menus with my Cricut, and then, which, that's another thing. I do a lot of Cricut stuff for my parties. I am surprised I'm a Cricut person. So every time, I really am. Like, for Amanda's, that sign that we did for the church conference, I did one for the church conference. I modified the sign for hers. And then for this particular party, I just used a little pen. I stuck it in the Cricut, and then I wrote with the chalk marker on those little acrylic boards. We did hire the catering out to our amazing friend Krista. It's Neighborly Provisions Catering.
Yeah, so if you're in the Dallas area, she's our favorite. She's our great friend, but she does an amazing job. And she actually had someone come. We paid a little bit extra, not a lot, for someone to basically serve and be there. And if you're having a party and you want to really enjoy the party, sometimes it's worth having help.
Yeah.
So that is something that we did this time source out, was the food.
Because we wanted to be able to have conversations and get to know all these girls. Like, we all know each other online, like we're online friends, but most of us had not met in person. And so it was really cool to be able to chat. And even the local Rockwall gals that we do know, well, we just like, how often do you get together to just chat? And so running around with food. So they set up this amazing table. Stephanie, of course, she is really where I learned most of the balloon arch hacks. So her biggest hack is she uses the balloons that you use to make
balloon animals.
Balloon animals. Mm-hmm. She uses those.
Yeah.
And that's how she strings them all together. So she ties, like, once she runs out of length, she ties another one on and just goes and goes and goes. And it's wild because it just stays together, because I think the texture, it all sticks together.
And I don't know what this is, but she pushes the balloons against her chest.
So she wants them to be round, she doesn't want them to be, she doesn't want in my footage, my B-roll or like time lapse of me making mini balloon arches, you'll see me like pushing them. It just, if you give them like a little pressure, it makes them go from like a balloon, like cartoon looking balloon, to like just a circle, a nice round circle. And that's definitely makes them look more elevated. It looks like a pro came in, and I learned that from her. So she did that, and then she had like a little bar cart that we served mimosas from.
Mm-hmm. Then we had our friend do florals.
Yes. So the Rosie Home, Rachel, she did a floral class for us, which was really fun, because it's nice to be able to, even if you're hosting, or maybe even you just want a pretty arrangement on your counters to feel like seasonal. She was teaching us how to do that. You could even do that on her Instagram and her TikTok. She has a whole series on how to make arrangements from like Trader Joe's, Central Market, local grocery store flowers. So she's so talented, and that she did really break it down so easy.
You want to know something that I think is really fun is, like, sometimes Stephanie will just order tablecloths and napkins off of Amazon, but she gets them printed, so they're really, really colorful and fun. And then she has a theme where everything kind of just coordinates. But since it was an outdoor garden party, we had those baskets that you use for paper plates.
Yeah.
But we put real dinnerware on them.
Yeah.
And so it's just that really fun juxtaposition of those wickers with the glass plate, and I just love it.
Yeah.
Love
it was
that.
so cute. Yeah. If you want to tour her whole home, it's beautiful. She no longer lives there. Someone else is lucky enough to be in that home when she's building another. But that outdoor space is just like, you would want to have a party every 5 minutes probably. So anyways, that was a fun one. The last one, we don't have a ton of footage, but this was my daughter's second birthday. We called it Tea for Two. One of the biggest reasons that we wanted to bring up this party is because this area Mom does a lot of tablescapes. So even if we're just having a party for a couple friends, or it's seasonal and she just wants it to look pretty, that's where you go to decorate.
Yeah, Thanksgiving or Christmas or just any party that we have, I like to use that table because it's like 14 foot long. So it makes the best charcuterie board because you can just spread everything out all the way across the whole table, and then people can go all the way around. So I'll make the drink station on there, all the food. I love using that table.
Yeah. And it kind of keeps it out of the way. So like if people want to go in there and get in a line and get their cupcakes, their whatever, load their plate and then come into this area. It kind of makes a good flow.
Yeah.
To not be all cluttered up in one area.
So, and I think one of the other things that is fun about using that big, large table is we can do like levels of things, and it makes it just really look over the top when it was very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think my biggest takeaways from these is that even if it looks Pinterest worthy and it looks like you're just absolutely going to blow the bank on it, if you DIY and you learn some new skills and also you layer in those items those purchases that you make every single party, they're really not that expensive. We have lots of fun memories. People love coming over to your house to just people ask like, hey, can we do my wedding shower or my church get together or whatever. I mean, literally, people have asked, they're like, hey, can our boutique have their Christmas party at your house? I'm like, yeah. But it's fun because it's like known for a place to celebrate, you know?
Yeah. No, I love it. And it's never once inconvenienced or, been a bother to me, because I think the more you allow people to come in and you bless them with your home, they bless your home. And it's just such a space that creates memories and warmth and joy. And so, I mean, not to be cheesy, but it really is like my favorite part of home.
Yeah. I'm not so much a party hoster, but I am slowly coming into it. So I also think being open to the fact that maybe this is an acquired, or it's a skill that definitely has to happen over time. Sometimes it really stresses me out, like things that don't cause her to panic. I'm like, ooh, people are coming.
I think doing things ahead of time really does help me. I try to do everything I can the night before so that I can just set it out. And I do want to mention that my all-time favorite party, which I don't know if we have photos of it, but I just have to throw this in here. Anytime you can have animals at a party, it makes me so happy.
I think I have photos. So, I don't think I have video.
At Quinn's first birthday,
we had a lamb.
I had a lamb and I put a flower crown on it, and I had ponies.
So I think what we need is, in the comments, I want to hear your favorite party themes, like and they can even be funny. Like,
that's my all-time favorite.
Animals.
Just gonna say, anytime you can have an animal themed with real live farm animals, that's my favorite.
That's it. So I want to hear your themes. I want to hear the next party you're throwing and any hacks that you have that we're missing. I have a blog post with all the links. So like all the balloon kits we've used. It has more like detailed instructions if you're really needing that. And then anything else, Mom?
No, that's all.
Okay, so close us out.
All right. Like and subscribe, share these videos with your friends, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.